the messaging is that, Juve haven't played well again. And they didn't play well. Mm-hmm. And it was, again, down to the individual. So what is this Sarri situation like 1 step forward, 2 steps back? Because it's starting to get really, really frustrating.
Well, listen, I think that what they are trying to do is at least, I guess, push and press for the ball a little bit higher up the pitch. It is that case of you can't knock Juventus out in the sense that this is what they've been used to playing for so long now. It is that cynical Juve. It is the fear that they end up playing rather deep at the back, And what's so great for them is they have these men who know how to resolve situations. I thought what was interesting is the line that opened with Gazzetta, which was like, well, maybe Inter needs to be at 200 kilometers per hour, but Juve can be rather slow and still win. And that is what it is. What they have right now isn't good enough, but it's good enough for Italy. It's certainly not good enough for winning the Champions League, which is what they want. I think they need to definitely speed themselves up going forward. I think that Dybala's doing a wonderful job going forward, but Sarri still seems to play with a lot of caution. And you see, he says, I don't want us to drop deep. Well, then, why are you so scared of playing the trident? I do understand why he brought on Douglas Costa and wanted to find more of a balance, but he also does things that instinctively make you think that he's a little bit scared. So you end up following maybe perhaps his example more than his words, which is let's drop deep. Maybe we might concede. He says, I don't mind conceding on the counter-attack as long as we keep pushing. Ronaldo wants to keep pushing. Dybala wants to keep pushing. You're the one who's trying to look for the balance. So maybe you should not do that and just put out a team of 11 attackers and let's see what happens.
I mean, I don't know if I'm quite with you on 11.
No, I mean, I don't want to see that for sure because I'm an Allegri disciple, if anything.
But it's super interesting because I was big on the Allegri pragmatism camp, and I think that to an extent Allegri did have a footballing philosophy, and his philosophy was pragmatism. I do feel like, who knows, maybe come May we'll all be looking at this and going, well, we were dead wrong. But I look around Europe at the moment, I don't think there are that many of the big clubs that I do feel like have this clear identity. But when you look at Liverpool and England, you think that's a team that knows exactly what it is. And I think that it's been long enough now that I would like to know what Sarri's Juventus is. I would like
to
them
be honest,
to know.
I even think Inter has an identity.
Yeah, well, run 200 kilometers.
Yeah,
so Lazio have an identity.
It's really just Juve at the moment.
And so to an extent,
she's contradicting Nikki there.
No,
because she said only Liverpool have an identity.
Excuse me, I said the top teams in Europe, and neither Lazio or Inter are in the Champions League. So. Yes, there are other teams that have an identity, but the ones that can compete this year to win the competition that Juventus want to win.
Only Liverpool, really.
I mean...
Yeah, you're right about Barcelona and Real Madrid. I can see that.
So, I don't know. I think...
Are you impressed with this team?
No. I'm impressed with Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo has reawoken and feels like sort of more what I think Juventus were hoping for when they signed him, what you expect of him, what you think he's capable of. The sort of thing that allows the newspapers to indulge these ridiculous graphics like we saw in Gazzetta this morning, where it's like, is Ronaldo the greatest player ever to play in Italy? Which I find really tedious because he's played in Italy for a season and a half.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But right now, he is sort of the guy who's resolving everything. And then basically Sarri came out and said that, saying he might cause a problem every now and then, but he resolves about 100,
I almost get the sense, I'm being cynical here, that Sarri's attitude is, all right, let me win a title. That way I establish credibility, I establish clout. And then next year, we'll see, we'll do what I really want to do.
Yeah, but Ronaldo is another year older. That's the problem. Like, you got this guy with a window.
But this guy doesn't age, right?
But can I say something? This is the dirty secret. Ronaldo is not part of what Sarri wants to do. He cannot be part of what Sarri wants to do. And maybe, especially given Juve's finances, who knows? Maybe Ronaldo won't be there next year. Or maybe he'll be there in a different capacity and a different role.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.